Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Engine House. I am your host, Candy Dancer. It's the end of November. It's raining, believe it or not, up here in the Crown of Maine. It's a bit cold. We were supposed to have freezing rain, and we should be having snow by now. But either way, it's been an odd year. I wanted to go over a couple things on scratch building. I enjoy scratch building stuff. I actually enjoy doing the model building stuff a little more than actually running trains, believe it or not. It's a lot of fun for me to come up with new ideas. And don't get me wrong, I got nice, great Lionel stuff, post-war, some pre-war. I've got a box here we're going to open here in a little bit. But I do enjoy building stuff. I have a bunch of kits over here that I've been picking up. You've seen a few of them in previous videos. In an earlier video, I turned one of these into Hansel and Gretel confectionaries on my layout. It's an O scale 148 building, actual O, and we'll get into that here in a minute. It took me a while to do it. Everything was made with cardboard or balsa wood. And a few other things, some foam and whatnot. And it was a lot of fun. It took a while to do, but it was a lot of fun. I decided I was going to do it again. I was going to do it in commemoration. I was going to build a milk processing plant as a nod to my grandfather. Well, in fumbling around online, I came across this. Okay, this is an old, apparently, that wasn't glued down. We will pick that up here in a minute. We're not going to worry about it right now. That's the little water tower that goes here. This is probably from the 50s. It's a Bachmann. It probably could be from later on than that. I really haven't looked much at the box. Here's the box. Doesn't have a year on it, but a lot of this stuff was made, whether it was Bachmann, Lionel, some of this early stuff was all made. They're based on a kit that, everybody had, mold and whatever. They put them the same. This is a small factory. This would be about the size of what you'd see on a layout from the 1950s. And you can tell by some of the design, this is a 1950s layout. This is a factory. As far as factories goes, it's a very small factory. Now, this would be good in a little place if you got like a machine shop or something of that nature. But as far as factories go, it's not that big. So I was going to take this and kit bash this using some of the components from this to make my milk processing plant. And I will be shooting videos of that as time goes on. I enjoy that. I'm trying to get more back into some of that. That's a lot of stuff I enjoy. I also got these. These are actually textured. I got some, these are concrete block, right? And they are actually textured. I'm not going to take them out right now because in here in the shed, they'd end up God knows where. I had bought some texture, not textured. I bought some brick-like, the paper ones that I like. I used them on Granny and Reds. I've seen that video. It's one of my earlier ones. It was when I first started trying to scratch build using some of this. I have a lot of these. Our dogs are rather spoiled. We end up with one of these every couple of months. But anyway, that's a good background building. The brick isn't textured. It looks good, nice in the background, so you don't have to get right up on it. It's a good background building. This one is going to be a little closer to being where on a siding. There's going to be, I got right now plans for one siding for most of my industry on part of the layout. And so these are going to be on that siding. And I decided I was going to use some of these on here when I'm doing it, along with kit bashing these to make this hopefully a nice looking factory when I'm done with it. So that's where we're at right now. This stuff, I just got it all together. We're going to put that in there. I've got the, for some reason, this came with 2 doors. Don't know why. No people. No, there's a few things that are of course missing. There should have been people, I guess, and some other stuff here. They're saying that landscaping materials shown are included. I think there might have been a car at one time, but you know, these things are been around a while. They're pretty much, a lot of that stuff is pretty much gone. Let me pick this stuff up real quick before I lose it. I will be using some of these. I'll be painting them. This is they will get used. Anyway, I kind of like it. It's nice. I may look for another one of these, put it off in a corner somewhere, built like this, and it'll be a smaller, like a machine shop or something of that nature, you know, and it will be somewhere on it. I do kind of like these. Some of these kits are not too bad. They're actually pretty nice. These are, you know, Plasticville. This is Bachman. There's a lot of more expensive pre-built buildings. I talked about that in the last video. But again, I try to do this stuff on a budget. This is, my channel is based on model railroading on a budget. When you know, if you can afford some nice stuff occasionally, fantastic. But the model railroad hobby can get rather expensive. And this way, we cut a little corners. We buy some of this stuff here. We kit bash and make it look nice. Make it look good on your layout. And I do save my money for some of the nice stuff occasionally. I put some stuff aside and, you know, get a nice building. And once I get going back on the layout again, I'm not quite ready to start yet. We're just getting there. I'm looking like another week or two and I can finish tearing down the walls in the basement and start rearranging and putting up new stuff, new lighting, a lot of stuff's going to change down there. And hopefully then I can start planning on where things are going to go and go from there. Anyway, my lovely wife, we decorate for Christmas, but we don't exchange gifts. We're not, you know, at our age, what's the point? We need something, we go get it. We like something, we go get it. Or my wife found this the other day and ordered it, and it came in, and we're going to see what it is. I think I'll be pretty happy with it. There's my box cutter. Let's put this up here on the shelf, or on the good sized box. You get to see what I see. We'll see what we have here. Oh, would you look at this? And we're gonna take a second and move some of this stuff here out of the way. We're gonna put it over here because I have a feeling I'm gonna be emptying a box. Set that right there. That there. You can see I also have my bench grinder out here now. I'll be putting the wire wheel on that soon. Appears to be a Lionel box. A lot of these original boxes are slowly turning back into sawdust. They've been rode hard and put away wet for the most part. And these have been played with, the stuff that's in them. I don't know. Well, hopefully I'll see what was in that. Here is, oh, apparently there were O-gauge switches in there. Nice. So we're going to see what all my wife had got here. Wow. This is a pre-war caboose. Would you look at that? Okay, this isn't even a transition. The transition one would have had a knuckle coupler on this side. So you would have had this coupler and then a knuckle coupler, so they would have, it was in the transition period. I have some pre-war that were right before Lionel went into war production or stopped. Wow. Tin. She's needs a cleaning, and she needs some lube on the wheels. Not bad. Let's see what else we have here. This is apparently, I think this is a Marks. This one here looks similar to the ones I've seen for Marks. I'm going to have to look this up and see. I don't think it's Lionel. There's nothing on it to tell me what it is here. There is a serial number or something on the bottom, and apparently, there's my reading glasses, my grandpa glasses. Let's see what we got here. See if I can figure out what this is. Nope, just says made in USA. I am going to have to research this. I don't think this is Lionel. If it is, it's a very old one. I think this is Marks. So everybody knows for sure, leave a comment. But I've seen a lot of these as Marks. So I'm going to call it a Marks for right now. That's okay. It's a nice looking caboose. And then let's see what else is in here. We have apparently a billboard. That's rather nice. I'm going to set some of this stuff. I'm going to move this box over here. And what else do we have? We have a Sunoco tanker. There we go. And again, pre-war. Very nice. Very nice. I am not familiar with these couplers, but oh, they're fairly simple. Very nice. I am so far thoroughly impressed. Oh, here's a hopper. Here we go. Here is a hopper, and it looks like this actually, would you look at that? This actually has a, if you look real close, there we go. And we turn it, the hopper bottom moves. It's a little hard to do here, but it does move. And so you can, I guess, fill it up and and dump. There, you can see it now. And then you just pick it up. And it's a very simple mechanism in there, as you can see. Ha! That's pretty nice. I like that. And what else do we have? Oh, there's something else here. Oh, we have what appears to be a very old gondola. Very nice. It says Rock Island on it. And again, I'm going to have to do a little research on these. Lionel, if I'm not mistaken, everything they made had Lionel lines on it or Lionel. So that tells me I think this stuff is probably not Lionel. We have a whole bunch of track in here, which I'm happy to say will definitely be come in handy. We have this, whatever in the world. Huh, how interesting. On, off, high, low. Hard to say. I don't even know what that is. I have no idea. I've never seen one made by the Lionel Corp. It says number 91 on it right there. You can see. Again, if anybody has any ideas what that might be, I have not a clue. I don't know. It's got places for wires to go in and out. I assume it's for a light of some sort. Is this must? I've never seen one of these. I'm learning. I don't even know. I don't know anything about it. A very small box here. This is for a 12-volt lamp. There's no lamp in it, but it is a nice old box. We have, again, more track. This is similar track to my wife's dad's set. It's very high. His set was 1946, and it had track very similar to this. This sits a little taller than the later track, and the ties were extremely different than these. And that's okay. I've got a lot of. This is the whistle controller for a whistle tender, and it's got this. It's got these. It has 3 different buttons here. And again, need my grandpa glasses here. Let's see what it has. 3 wires coming off of it here. This one says press this button to start, stop, or reverse the train. This one. To blow the whistle, press this button when the train is in motion. Blow the whistle when train is stopped. This button and button number 1 at the same time. You would push these 2 together. We'll have to see if this still works. That's quite interesting. Again, some of this stuff I have never seen. I am just delving back into the model railroading, and especially the old stuff on Lionel. And again, that's thanks to my my wife. Oh, we have here this is, wow. This is a New York Central. This is a very old tin plate locomotive here. This is a wind-up, believe it or not. How interesting. I will have to do some looking into this, but this is a wind-up. How interesting. And I do believe, of course, it is O. We'll see here if it sets on the rails. It does. This is a wind-up. This apparently goes with these over here. How nice. How nice. That is quite the find. Oh, here we have a whistle tender. Pre-war. This poor baby is in dire need of some work. This is going to need a very good cleaning. I can see that already. It is going to need possibly most definitely some new wires. And here is the body missing the screws. So I'm going to have to find screws to fit that once I get this cleaned up. Here we are, the body. This is very heavy too, very heavy. This is obviously Lionel. We're going to set this bad boy aside. And here is the locomotive. This one says pencil. This is a beauty right here. It is missing the way to hook it up. I don't think it's... Oh, nope, I am wrong. It hooks up like that, just like that. This actually sets on that pin right there. Would you look at that? This, wow, this is heavy. This is a beautiful, beautiful locomotive. She's going to need a little work, apparently. This is off here. I am going to have to see what I have. So I believe I might have a means of fixing that. It's going to need, of course, a good cleaning and some little de-rusting in here. We'll get some stuff after that. Oh, look at that. That is absolutely beautiful. It's in really, it needs a cleaning. Overall, I'd say it's in pretty good shape. I believe it needs a light in the front right there, I believe. I think there's a lens that's supposed to go in there. I couldn't tell you for sure. I'm going to have to look. But this is definitely Lionel. And I am going to have to look this up. This is a 238E. I'm going to have to look this up. I know this is pre-war. I know most of this stuff is pre-war stuff. I want to know how old. And this is actually in pretty good shape. I'm going to have fun with messing with this one. And let's see. Of course, there's a ton more track in here. There is. I have no idea what that is. It says Lionel lines, and it's got a, oh, it's a bin. It's part of a bin for something. We have a piece here that I don't know what that goes to. It's more than likely it goes to one of these older ones here. We'll see. And would you look at this? A pre-war boxcar. And again, this is the non-transition one. This one is, I have a, like I said, I have one that's the transition. This is missing the brake handle over here. We'll have to look for one, see if we can find one for it. This is a little scuffed up. She's been well played with over the years, you can tell. We'll have to look for parts for these. And we'll have to clean these wheels up and get this thing. But the one I have, the latches on the door are different. But it's basically, it's the same color. It's the same size. It's basically the same boxcar. Slightly different doors on them. Not a big deal. I imagine, again, I'm going to have to look and see just how old some of this is. We have an extra wheel here. Wheel set. Oh, these are, you know what? These, I'm not sure what these are. Huh, there's a whole bunch of these in here. A whole bunch of these. Not sure what they are, but we have an extra wheel here. Are we missing a wheel on something? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Ah, there's the bulb that came out of the little box over here. So we will put this back in the box. Set that over here. This is not missing any of the forward trucks, and it's and this one, to the best of my knowledge, does not have trucks on the front. I don't see where that came from. But there's a lot more of those little things in here. Here is for a switch. I don't know if there's switches in here. We have a switch controller. Would you look at that? There's a switch controller. Now, a lot of these, this is unload and uncouple. I'm sorry. A lot of these, the wires, of course, have rotted. They're so bad. I like these. I have one. I put different buttons in it because the stuff in here comes unsoldered. It doesn't work right. I'm going to play with some more of these. I may or may not use some of these on my layout. We'll have to wait and see what. There it is. Here we go. Here's another switch. Oh, would you look at that? This goes. I'm not going to snap this in. There's a turnout. This must be use the power of the track to light the bulb. I don't see any place to attach wires, and they are manual switches. We have a right and left turnout here. Very nice. And these are not in bad shape. These are actually in pretty good shape, really, for the age of them. Very nice, very nice. I will have to thank my wife for her thinking of me. I'm not sure. This looks like it's a coupler of some sort. I don't know for what. It's not for that. Not for this. I don't know what this came off of, but it is some sort of a. Looks like it had a pin. Oh, you know what? I bet this was probably the. I'm almost positive this was part of the front. There we go. And that locked into something, and it might have been back here. I almost guarantee that was right here. There we go. Look at that. Okay, I need to find another wheel. That's where this goes. I can see it goes in right there. You drop that in, and this hooks in under here. So it slides back and forth on this. And you can see it's been doing it. It has done it for a while. So I need to find a rear set of wheels for this. I will keep looking in this box, but I'm not seeing anything that is an extra wheel. I may even have one. I may have one somewhere for that, but my wife was thinking of me. How nice. I'll have to ask her where she got it. This is an interesting find. I know there's a way to wind these up. I don't know how. This is interesting. This is very interesting. I'm going to have to do some research on these, because I don't think this is Lionel. I could be wrong, but again, Lionel put their brand name on just about everything they had. So it's definitely a wind-up. I'm not seeing a key or a way to wind it up anywhere. So we're going to have to... Oh, there we go. Maybe you wind it up and let it go there. I'll have to play with this. I think you lock this and then you wind it using the wheels. That apparently, and then you release it. It's going to take some cleaning and some work on this, but we'll have some fun with it. We'll have some fun. I am quite happy with this, I'll tell you. The locomotive here apparently is missing a tender. We will find a tender for this, but it has a couple of coaches, and that's really, this will more than likely, I'll clean it up and it'll be for display. I may even, because this has been well played with as well, I may go ahead and take all the paint off of this and repaint it and make it look nice. And we'll see. I'll see if there's any other parts missing here and there, and eventually I'll relocate what I need. Anyway, that's it. If you know what some of this stuff is that I am clueless about, like this, for instance, if you know if this is an early Lionel, but again, it does not say Lionel anywhere on it. I'm assuming this is Marks or some other off-brand. I don't know. I don't know much about these. This is the first one of these I've ever run across. This definitely looks like something from Marks, as does this. That's what makes me think they're Marks. I've seen lots of these online, and they are usually Marks. So we'll see. A lot of nice stuff here. A lot of more track, which I'll never turn down track. I have a lot of stuff that I want to do down in the basement. I have a whole plan in my head of what's going to happen. Once I see for sure how much room I've got down there when I'm done, I'm hoping to pull the part that I can salvage, pull it away from the stone wall, the stone basement. Once that wall is down, pull it out a little more so I can get around that side. I want to push it up against the other wall and then make a T basically, so that another layout I'm going to have, it's almost going to be two separate layouts. I have a controller that will control two trains, and I'll have one going on the T, and that'll be a seaport and a village type thing, and it'll be separate from the one that's industrial. And then I'll have a small yard on one side. That's going to be where all my rolling stock and stuff will sit, and that's where the switches are going to come in handy. That's kind of the plan in my head. I want to be able to walk around most of this. I'm getting too old to climb up on this stuff. If I can walk around and reach, that's what I really want to do. I plan on salvaging the mountain I've worked so hard on. I don't want to tear that down. I want to salvage it and turn it and use it somewhere on the layout. And then I had an idea on my S gauge trains. I have about enough track for a loop, and not a very big loop. I may try to get some more track. I thought about elevating that, dropping it down from the rafters to about this height right here from the rafters. And my basement, really, the rafters are right here, so this won't be down that far. And then just having a loop that runs around over the industrial area or the other seaport area, one or the other, is kind of what my plan is right now. It won't have anything fancy. It'll just be another track running with some trains on it because they run. I like them. It's got its own transformer, so I can do that and not, interfere with anything else I'm doing. And I have to figure out where I'm putting a lot of the stuff that I'm currently storing out here. There's something I won't be able to hang pictures down there, I don't think. I've got a couple of ideas, but I want to put up some of my pictures that I've got that I've had down there. And there's a few things that are going to come out here. I have the train gnomes. I don't know if you're familiar with those. I think you've seen them in the background in some of my older videos down in the basement. There's a guy makes these things, and they were being sold in Kansas, and I can't remember the name of the town, but anyway, there was a big store there. These things were all the rage for a while back in the 90s and whatnot. I have a few of them, and I thought about putting them back here behind me on that on the crown back here on the wall, running them there, and a few other things out here, train related. And as the weather warms up and whatnot, I have better lighting here. I may be doing, and I of course have my little buddy heater going. It is winter. I may be doing some of my work out here. The lighting is a little better. I'm going to have to play with it down in the basement. I have new lights that are going to sit over the layout, recessed. I think I talked about that in another video. But anyway, it's going to be different lighting in the layout. And I'm going to, where my desk is, I'm going to move a couple of lights over in that area so it's easier for me to work on a bench down there. And I'll be doing some here, some there, and there'll be a lot of changes down there. I want some shelving to put stuff on and whatnot. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, if you like the video, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You know, catch what I'm doing. I will be starting hopefully in the next few weeks. Possibly won't be shooting any more videos until after the first of the year. I'm thinking about changing the name to just the Engine House instead of Gandy Dancer's Engine House. Just the Engine House. And going back to some scratch building with the kits, kit bashing and scratch building, and of course working on some of this stuff. That's kind of what I want to get back to, and of course laying track and putting down stuff and doing the scenery. So there'll be a lot more of that once I get started. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye for now.